Stick with me to the end. 3 practical moves to supercharge your brand, most importantly, your bank account.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember.
Most athletes never think about that until it's too late. It is telling me you are now live. What's going on, family? Welcome all are welcome in the huddle. You already know who it is. It's your brother, your guy, your teammate in this season, in the next. Tony the Tycoon, and this is Gridiron Gains, where we don't just talk legacy, we build it. Now, let me ask you a question. If the game stopped tomorrow, no more lights, no more highlights, no more jersey with your name on it, would you still have a platform people would want to listen to? Most athletes never think about that until it's too late. In today's world, NIL athletes, entrepreneurs, future leaders, your influence is powerful. But influence without infrastructure, man, it's like having a Lamborghini with no engine. It might look good for the gram, but it's not taking you anywhere. And that's why today we're diving into this topic, from influence to infrastructure, why every leader needs a platform. So stick with me to the end, because I'm going to give you 3 practical moves to supercharge your brand, your business, and most importantly, your bank account starting today. We'll talk real examples. I'll even drop a little biblical wisdom on planning and discipline, and lay out a game plan, step by step, of course, especially for those of you that are ironing the insurance game. So y'all know how we do, man. Let's get it. So in this first segment, I want to talk about why influence is not enough. Here's the truth. Your athletic talent or current popularity will open doors. But if there's nothing behind those doors, guys, they'll close just as quick. You see, influence can get you in the meeting, but it's the infrastructure that's what's going to get you that contract. We've all heard the cautionary tales. By the time NFL players have been out of the game 2 to 5 years, 78% of them are having bankruptcy issues or under financial stress, right? And in the NBA, about 60% of players go broke within 5 years of hanging up their sneakers. Why does this happen, should be the question. Because they had the influence, they had the big contracts, they had the fame, they had the followers, but they lacked the infrastructure. No solid business systems or assets to keep their money flowing when the cheering stopped. Influence got them in the game, but infrastructure, or the lack thereof, decided how long they could stay in it. Think of influence like a flashy scoreboard and infrastructure like the grind, man, in the weight room, right? Or on the basketball court. The scoreboard might get you the attention, but championships are won when no one's watching. And without a playbook in practice, listen, even a team of all-stars can still lose. Likewise, influence without a platform or a plan, guys, is just hype. Meaning what? It's here today, gone tomorrow. So let me show you what happens when you combine influence with infrastructure. You know the Cavender twins, Haley and Hannah, the dynamic duo of women's college basketball players, and they were also big on TikTok? When the NIL rule change hit, these two were ready. I mean, minutes after midnight on July 1st, 2021, they were signing a deal under the bright lights of Times Square with Boost Mobile. That's influence. But they didn't stop at a quick deal. They used that clout to start building something lasting. You see, the Cavenders launched their own podcast. It was called Twin Talk, which later got picked up by Better Media. They even created their own fitness app and merch line. According to their agents, the twins progressed from securing 5-figure deals for social media posts to commanding 7-figure partnerships and acquiring equity and stakes in leading brands. Guys, that's infrastructure. Using today's influence to build tomorrow's business. Now, contrast them with countless athletes who had huge followings or big contracts but nothing to show for it a few years later. You see, they got the bag, they didn't know how to keep it, and they definitely didn't know how to multiply it. So influence can get you a quick check, but infrastructure can set you up for life. One athlete who really understood this is the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal, my favorite player. Shaq was one of the most dominant NBA players ever. Massive influence. But after retirement, he shifted his focus to infrastructure. He invested in everything from Papa John's franchises to car washes and tech startups, not to mention becoming a regular face in commercials. I know you guys have seen the Icy Hot commercials or the General Insurance and was looking and was like, hey man, that's Shaq, right? What was the result? Well, since leaving the court, Shaq has built a business empire so strong that today he reportedly earns more per year now than he did at the peak of his playing career. He took his influence and poured it into businesses, equity, and systems that keeps on giving. So influence might get you there, and it's going to get you that first call. But infrastructure, that's why this stuff lasts. How do we define our platform? And when I say platform, I'm not just talking about Instagram or TikTok accounts. Those are tools. Your platform is the combination of your story, your skills, and your systems. Think of it like a triangle. If you take one side out, it all collapses. So here is the foundation for your platform, what I like to call the 3 S's for success. So the first S is story. That's what you stand for. Your why. It's the journey that got you here and the vision of where you're headed. Your story is the heartbeat of your brand. Maybe you have overcome adversity. Maybe you're passionate about a cause. Maybe you're the underdog or the leader. Whatever it is, man, you gotta own it. As a young leader, your story is your unique fingerprint on the world. Why? Because no one else has the same one. You are uniquely made. You gotta use that experience. Your pain is your pathway to your promise and your purpose and your profit. Next is skills. These are your talents, expertise that go beyond the obvious. Yes, your skill might be running a 4.40 or scoring buckets, but look, you gotta go deeper. Are you great at teaching others? Can you create content? Maybe you're a numbers person and you have a knack, or you could have a knack for design or networking. The important question to ask is, what value can I offer that people would pay for or tune in for? For an athlete, maybe it's your knowledge of training and nutrition. For a student entrepreneur, maybe it's your ability to code or an eye for fashion. Whatever it is, you got to figure out what you can teach and then create it and then provide that value to other people. The third S is systems. See, this is where many folks fall off, but not us, not at Gridiron Gains. We understand that systems are the engine that runs your platform. It's how you package, promote, and profit from your story and skills. It's the YouTube channel schedule or the email list, the LLC and the bank account, the website that sells your merch or your ebook while you're asleep. It's the discipline of posting content every week. In short, listen, systems are the infrastructure that makes your influence count. Now let's bring that to real life examples of platform and building in action. You guys have heard of this guy, Bryce Young, Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama. He's in the NFL now. But Bryce started building his platform before he went pro. How? By aligning his story and skills with savvy partnership. Bryce positioned himself not as just an athlete or an elite player, but a composed leader and role model. And companies noticed. Bryce inked NIL deals with big names like Cash App and Beats by Dre even before he left college. Those brands weren't random. They fit his image. He was forward thinking. There was the tech aspect with Cash App and the excellence aspect with Beats by Dre. He wasn't just grabbing money. He was building a brand narrative. And behind the scenes, you better bet he had a team. He had a system, managing his social media, negotiating his contracts, handling the business side so he could focus on ball. And then what was the result by him doing this? By the time he declared for the draft, Bryce NIL valuation had reportedly been around somewhere around 3.5 million and climbing with the deals from Nissan to Dr. Pepper and more. That's platform, story, humble, hard working leader, skills, elite quarterback, and public poise, systems, marketing and branding, management. You see that all of it was working together for him. And even in the insurance world, and yes, this is where some of you NIL athletes or young entrepreneurs can thrive big time, just saying. Your platform might look a bit different, but the idea is the same. Your story could be about financial struggle in your family that drives you to help others be financially secure. Your skills might be your ability to explain money and insurance in plain, relatable, simplistic language. Or you might have a knack for networking, with people at your school. Your system, this could be a YouTube channel or financial literacy, a weekly Zoom workshop, and a partnership with the insurance agency to offer actual policies. For example, maybe you start a YouTube series in, let's just call it Money Mondays, make something up here, right? Where you break down financial concepts each week for college students. That's you sharing your story, why you care about money issues, using your skills, you're educating and you're speaking, and then you're building a system, a consistent schedule, maybe an email newsletter that can go out. Guys, listen, without a platform, your audience might follow you, but they're just watching passively. With a platform, your audience is engaging with you. They're buying your merch or your ebook, or they're signing up for your courses or coming to your events, maybe even purchasing insurance policies through you because they trust your guidance. So in other words, a platform turns spectators into community. It gives your influence structure. Let's talk about that. How do we turn NIL into long-term business? You see, the NIL era, name, image, and likeness, of course, is a once-in-a-generation opportunity for young athletes. For the first time, you can get paid while you're still in school just for being you. But here's the mindset shift. The biggest money isn't always in the check a brand hands you today. It's in the equity you build in yourself for tomorrow. So I want you to think of NIL as seed money for a springboard. If you're only doing one-off deals here and there, right? Posting on Instagram ads and things of that nature, or a little promo here, you might make some quick cash, but you're essentially a hired billboard. When the season ends or your performance dips, those deals, guys, disappear. The question to ask is, what are you left with when that happens? See, the smart players are using NIL to create real businesses and brands that will outlive their playing days. Instead of just renting out your influence, you own something. This is where you go from being paid by a brand to potentially becoming a brand yourself. Say you're passionate about financial education, right? Shout out to all my future finance and insurance tycoons. You could partner with a financial literacy nonprofit or an insurance company for a campus workshop series. Take an NIL speaking fee, filming workshops, and turn that into online courses. Your YouTube series, that will continue to live on. You could write short ebooks like something like Athlete's Guide to Money 101 and sell it for $10 a pop. That's income that doesn't depend on you dropping 20 points a game. It depends on the value you deliver off the field. So what's the lesson here? Don't just cash checks, build assets. I'll say that again. Don't just cash checks, build assets. Use NIL as a launching pad. Influence is your opportunity. Infrastructure is your security. Opportunity, security. The influence, your name and your image is the spark, but the infrastructure, your business or your platform, that's the fire that keeps burning long after the season ends. Why does every leader need infrastructure? Well, let's get into it. Let's go a little bit deeper into this infrastructure thing. I love this concept. It's not as sexy as the influence, but look, infrastructure is like the offensive line in your life. It doesn't always get praised, but it's absolutely essential if you want to win championships. Believe me, as an offensive lineman, I know this. So when I say infrastructure, I mean the boring stuff that makes the exciting stuff possible. It's your business entities like your LLC or your C or S Corps, or your bank setup, your bank accounts, and budgeting, and your content calendar, your email list, your product fulfillment process, your training schedule, your study routine. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I get it, right? But it's the discipline and the structure behind every great success. You know the saying, championships are won in the off season? This is that principle, guys. The flashy plays on game day happen because of the countless unseen hours of the drills, the conditioning, and the film study. That's infrastructure in sports. Life and business, guys, there's very little difference. Think about a championship team. The game might be won on the field under the bright lights, but it was built in the weight room, in the early morning practices, and in the film room, and in the playbook. Those study sessions were the things that cultivated that championship culture. See, those habits and systems are infrastructure. If you try to skip that and just show up on game day, trust me guys, you're gonna get embarrassed. Likewise, if you try to wing it in business or in your personal brand and just freestyle every move without systems, you might score a quick win here and there, but you won't sustain greatness. Eventually, holes in your infrastructure will cause a collapse. And look, I can already hear some of you guys asking, so what does this infrastructure thing mean, Tycoon? Don't worry about it, man, I got you. Listen, infrastructure means you can step away for a week and your stuff doesn't fall apart. It means if Instagram died tomorrow, you would still have your own website and email list to reach your fans or your customers. It means when you get busy with finals or playoffs, your e-commerce store still delivers orders because you set up a system. It means you're not scrambling every month for what to do next. You have a game plan, and most importantly, you have routines. So whether you're leading a business, a team, or just leading your own life, get your infrastructure right. As the good book says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. You gotta be diligent in your planning, and you gotta be diligent in your building. Let's get practical now. You might be fired up thinking, all right, I got it. Influence times infrastructure equals legacy. But then you might be asking, but how do I start building my platform and infrastructure? Well, I'm glad you asked. So I promised you guys something. These are the 3 power moves to supercharge your brand. Here's what we have to understand when it comes to this. These 3 moves you can start making today. You can turn your influence into a long-term platform. I'm putting them in order step by step. So whether you're an athlete looking at the insurance industry, an entrepreneur in school, or just someone wanting to level up, these principles are going to apply across the board. So take notes, and more importantly, take action. Step number 1, build your digital home base. Listen guys, in real estate, ownership is everything. Same online. Don't build your whole identity on rented land like Instagram or TikTok. Create your own home base, a website, a blog, a newsletter, somewhere where people can learn your story and connect with what you offer. If you're an athlete, maybe it's your highlights, it's merch, and it's tips. Social platforms are great for traffic, but they're rented space. Direct people back to your own spot so you control the connection. Bottom line, plant your flag where you own the land and you set the rules. Number 2, package your value and know your skills. Listen, you gotta know your value. You gotta package that so people can buy it and consume it. Turn what you know into a product, a service, or an experience. If you're into fitness, create an 8-week training plan or a Zoom class. If you're known for leadership, drop a short book or a video series and partner with a sponsor to cover the cost. The key is to make sure that your value is scalable and accessible. And then finally, number 3, leverage strategic partnerships. Guys, you will go further by teaming up the right way. Strategic partnerships are win-wins. In insurance, that might be interning with a firm or co-hosting a college money one-on-one webinar or creating youth-focused content together. Athletes can partner with local boutiques for co-branded merch or fitness brands with supplement companies or sponsored guides. Choose partners that align with your values and you can expand your reach or add expertise. That goes with the mentors too. Connect with seasoned pros who have walked the path that you want to walk and you've seen their success. Now, let's pause. We got to notice something about these 3 moves. If you do number 1, 2, and 3, even on a small scale, you have essentially started your own mini business. Yes, I know, you're welcome. I'm giving that to you guys, right? You have a place where people can go to connect with you, home base. You have something to offer them. That's the value package. And you have collaborators to help amplify and grow. Those are your partners. That's a foundation. And if you're specifically interested in the insurance game, by the time you officially get your license or degree, or you could already have a following and potentially have clients lined up from your content. You'll have a reputation as that athlete who knows finance, and maybe even an internship or a partnership secured. So what'll happen is you'll be light years ahead of the average new agent. That's the power of building a platform before you need it. When your playing days are done or graduation hits, you're not out here like most scrambling. You're stepping into an infrastructure that you've been building for years. Here's my final words, guys. I want to hit you guys with some truth one more time. Your talent may open the first door, but your infrastructure will build the house you live in. I need you guys to remember that. Look, man, talent, fame, influence, those things get you started. They're God's gift to you in many ways, but what you build with them is your gift back to God, to your family, and to the world. If you have big dreams, you need that structure to support them. A skyscraper can't stand on a paper foundation. I'll even take it back to the scripture one more time. By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established through knowledge. Its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. Guys, build your house, that being your platform, with wisdom and understand it. Fill it with good stuff that lasts. Influence might fill a room for a moment, but wisdom built infrastructure fills rooms with treasures over a lifetime. You can't just rely on being hot right now. Trends fade. Hype dies down. The question is, what will you have left when the spotlight moves on? If you're an NIL athlete, a young entrepreneur, or just someone with a vision, you need to start laying those bricks right now. Every tweet, every video, every connection, every early morning grind is a brick. Make sure you're building something, not just stacking bricks with no plan. So look, y'all know how we do on Gridiron Gains, man. We got to have a call to action. So this is what I need you to do. I need you guys to download your Legacy Starter Kit. I put together a complimentary Legacy Starter Kit to help you map out your platform. From finding your purpose to launching your first product, I need you guys to go to staddybooks.com/legacy and grab that now. Guys, this is your playbook to get clear on your story, your structure, your hustle, and start building that digital empire today. Don't just listen to me. Put that in practice. Next, I need you guys to join the Stat Market Masters Face group, man. Every champion needs a huddle. If you're serious about building income and impact and an insurance-backed legacy, the group is for you. Connect with other athletes and entrepreneurs who are on the same journey. Share your progress, get tips, and find accountability partners. The link is going to be in the bio. And understand this is a community of action takers. Ain't nobody sitting on the sidelines over here. We're not watching. And then lastly, guys, if this has been valuable to you and you want to dive deeper personally, book your stat strategy session. Got to get ready for a personalized game plan. Sometimes the fastest way to the end zone is to call a coach. And if you want a one-on-one to help map out your brand, your message, and your monetization strategy, especially if you're eyeing the insurance and financial arena, book a strategy session with our team. Go to statfs.com. That's where you can get that done at. So remember, the difference between those who dream and those who achieve is the action that they take. You've got the influence, my friend. Now go build the infrastructure. With that being said, until next time, run your race with endurance and strategy. Stay hungry, stay humble, keep building. Run well, young lions. In Lionesses, Tony the Tycoon. I'm out.